It's the host from most coast, the GOAT, Coach T Flow, and this is GOAT Talk Live. I got Coach Hartley with me. What's going on, Coach?
Nothing much, man. How's it going, Coach?
Man, it is going great, man. We are in the beginnings of middle school football. We're in the middle of varsity football. And, man, CGY Sports, man, we come out, we record these games, we get content on the kids. For them to be able to see themselves on a platform we built over collectively over 30,000 strong on social media. And it's a great recruiting tool. I can't tell you how many coaches from Little League to high school to college have hit me up and asked me could they use footage or uh, asked me about a kid. One of our biggest athletes we covered was named Jamar Graham out of he played for a school out of Atlanta. He played Northside. He was the tallest quarterback in the state of Georgia, and I was just picking at him. Talking about used to be playing basketball, LeBron James, and that particular clip, man, it helped put him on the map. I can't tell you how many uh, different platforms I've seen my clip. I wasn't in it, but I was recording him, and so many people have snatched it and used it. The kid, heard he had a deal with Vanderbilt. I think he went somewhere else. I think he took the basketball route, but exposure helps these kids, man. I do the peanut bowls for CYF. I always try to get the Bi City the championships for middle school. A couple years ago, I was in a car wreck. I hated it because it was a good one between Milton and somebody, but I was able to get Richards with their they did a trifecta last year. Matter of fact, Richards actually won soccer, basketball, and football last year. So if you was on any one of those squads, like I said, the content's there. You can use it to help with your recruiting and your awareness. Get on the map because we know now we got these travel teams and different platform where the kids are, and a lot of the kids, like the kids that's on the Bulldogs, a lot of them play on a travel team and they also play middle school because they allow them to do that, man. So give us a little background about yourself, Coach. I know you coach at Sprint, but what else you got going on, brother?
Yeah, man. Like you said, I've been coaching for about 12 years now. Started at Spencer High School under Coach Arnold. I worked with Coach Coffee, worked with Coach Robert Sanders Jr. Like I said, I also coached soccer and cross country during my time at Spencer. Recently was last year, I was the special teams coordinator at Calvary Christian. Like you said, if you kept up with us, we was a few yards away from winning the state championship. So that was definitely a heartbreaker for us. But
Wait
this
a
year,
minute, okay,
man,
so
yes, sir.
not me to cut you off. I
No,
had
go
to
ahead.
interject on the Calvary. So y'all had like a super running back or something. Was that the kid? Y'all had a kid that had
DeAndre
like
Hurd. DeAndre
1,600
Hurd.
yards or something like that?
Special athlete, man. Like he was everything for us. At the beginning of the year, he was more of a wide receiver. But we kind of got thin at running back, and we all put our heads together, and we was like, we just got to put our best athlete back there, and he really changed the dynamic of our offense by moving the running back. Like I said, he was a great defensive back as well. It seemed like every week he was up for a player of the week or just making a play, and it was definitely you know a special thing to coach him for sure, man. I say I really enjoyed my time over at Calvary, but like I say, this year I've kind of just taken a step back. Me and my partner Jeffrey Ty, we started an AAU basketball program called the Columbus Lady Aces. So that's kind of where most of my time has went. Like you say, starting in January of last year, going through the summer. But this year, man, I've had the privilege of just being able to sit back and watch some football, man. And at being a coach, you get so wrapped up in years, literally. That's how I felt that Spencer like 7 years just kind of went by fast, man, because you're constantly going. And your brain, if with football, when you want to be a quality program, it never stops. So having this opportunity to kind of really dive into the youth and travel youth and middle school and really get to see these boys come up, it's been a pleasure for me this year.
You guys play Shaw tonight, right? Oh, that's Spencer. I think y'all play Shaw
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah. I mean, that's like you say, it's a big region game, man. The bottom of this region is really getting clumped up. Spencer, Shaw, Hardaway. Carver. Carver put a whooping on Sumter County last night, but Sumter
Crazy. I
County's a
watched that.
quality
That was
team.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, Carver's elite though. Carver's elite.
yeah. And being,
Carver's
of
like the
course,
big version of Aaron Cone.
there you go. Like that's where we've been getting at. Being that I coach at Spencer, naturally there is that rivalry still feeling when it comes to Carver. But if we're just being honest, man, Carver's really starting to hit their stride. They're starting to be efficient on all sides of the ball. And I feel that is what it's gonna take for Carver to win a state championship, which we know that's their goal, that's the potential they have. And I just feel this year, this is one of the first years I can honestly say all three sides of the ball are playing at a championship level for sure.
Special teams, offense, and defense. Yeah,
All
because they
three,
got. I want to say
looking
they got
good now.
2 picks. They got 2 picks last night.
Yeah, it
They
was
they,
funny,
they, they, they
like I said, me and my partner JT, we was at the game yet last night, and it was funny because we were just saying it was like one like the series where they caught the pick six. Like Sumter
mhm.
County did that same play like the play before, and we're like, guys, Carver's pretty good. Like you're not going to be able to just kind of keep doing the
Run it.
same thing over and over. You're
Yeah,
gonna
they
have
got to
to
figure it out.
mix it up. Yeah, but like I said, as much as it pains me to say, Carver is really hitting their stride, and I'm thoroughly impressed. And like you say, with me working with Coach Coffee, I know he's doing the best job that he can over there. And like I said, I feel that they do have the potential to make a run at the ring this year.
Mm. And we specialize in the highlights for the kids, man. I love putting the highlights out there. And I actually, I think Kobe was a running back. Kobe did a great job last night.
Yes.
Braylon did a great job. I think he had a couple tutties. But I also saw this killer pancake block uh, by this kid last night. I mean, it was killer. And I'm gonna make sure I put that play up there. But I
For
actually
sure.
watched the game on a WTBM. They
Oh,
live
oh,
streamed it.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like 4 or 5 people live streaming it. I just jumped on theirs first, so I was there in spirit. I've been trying to the teams that have the elite teams. I try to follow them. I think I recorded Carver 3 times this year.
yeah.
Recorded Spencer twice this year. I got a special place in my because you coach my son.
Right,
I got a little special place in my. I'm a Kendrick alumni, but you know how much Cherokee's doing, man.
right. That's why I
We
tell
still climb.
because people ask me all the time, like, did you graduate from Spencer? And I'm like, no, I'm Hardaway, class of 2009. I love Hardaway to death, but like you say, man, Spencer definitely has a special place in my heart because man, like you said, I was 21 years old when I started, and I'm trying to learn how to really essentially be a man, and I was able to go in and really grow and grow as a person, grow as a coach. And like you said, Spencer will always have a special place in my heart.
Well, check this out, Coach, man. And I say go Spencer. And do Spencer have a chance to still make the playoffs, or are they fight for crumbs right now?
I do believe that Spencer should be in the playoffs. In my humble opinion, I think they're the second best team in the region.
Did you
they go
did you
they
watch
go.
the game with Carver?
I was there. I don't
Hey
want to
man,
get
Spencer, that was a good game, man. Couple things go the other way. Spencer could have won that game, man.
and from it was just great, seeing those kids battle. We've been dealing with extracurricular things when it comes to that game, and I was just pleased to see a good football game between two good teams, two great coaching staffs, and like you said, coach, they just little things, but that's where
Yeah,
I say Carver is kind of they're taking that next step because like you say, even when you're struggling, finding ways to win is a skill, and they found a way to win,
yes.
and you got to respect that. But like I said, just harping back on Spencer, I believe that they're the second best team in the region. You go down to Sumter County, you let them come back at home. I'm never the guy to talk about refs or none of that because you got to handle your business. But like you said, even though I didn't watch any of that game, I'm sure there's a few things that could have went another way, and Spencer would have won that
Mhm.
game. But as far as them making the playoffs, like you said, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight at the bottom of that region, man, because they still have to play a Hardaway team that's starting to catch their
Mhm.
stride. Bobby Gray Jr. He's doing a great job. Like you said, being a
Covered
sophomore,
him. Yeah, I covered old Bobby. Bobby did pretty good too.
he's a special talent, man. And for all of Hardaway's playmakers to really be underclassmen, like like you said, they're kind of like Carver in a sense where they're trying to hit their stride at the right time. And like you said, these last couple weeks are going to be very interesting at the for those last couple spots in the region. But I think Spencer does have a good shot. If I like I said, if I'm just telling you my top four, I would have to go Carver, Sumter, Spencer, and as much as I hate to say that, I have to go Shaw because Shaw beat Hardaway head to head. So I have to give it to him. I don't want to be too much of a
And
homer. I'm
this
gonna call it straight
coach
down the road.
Johnny's second year. Coach Johnny's second year, ain't it?
Yeah, I believe so. It's second or third, but like you say, just another young coach that's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Coach is going to be around for a long time, and like you said, the sky's the limit for him. I'm sure if he wants to stay in high school, he'll be successful. If he decides to level up, he'll be successful. But like you said, and we're going to get into this when we get into the film talk. But he had that pedigree. You know what I'm saying? He was raised in it. He was raised by a Hall of Fame coach. So it's just kind of one of those
Facts.
things where it's
And
in him.
he went back to the same school that coach coached at. Shout out to Coach
There you
Flowers.
go. There you go. So I think Coach has like you say, he has a bright future ahead of him, and at whatever he chooses to do, I think he'll be the best at it for sure.
Okay, Coach. Well, Go Talk today features the Aaron Cone Bulldogs and the Blackman Road Eagles. So we're gonna go through the film, Coach, and just kind of tell me what you see and what could been done better, and more importantly, how can we help kids who might be watching this program to be better athletes? Well, let me say this: to be better students first, to
Correct.
be better athletes, and to be coachable. Because one thing that me personally, like I say, I'm almost 20 years in this thing. I'm on the other side of 15 years. One major thing I've seen in these kids is a change of attitude. I remember it was yes sir, yes sir. Now I see taking off helmets, kicking, pouting, and it's been systematically getting worse every year. And it's almost like I'm old school man, a little rough and rugged. When I see the last place team get trophies, I'm like, what they do deserve that? But I know we didn't do new generation, but football is a brutal sport.
Yes.
It's a real tough sport, but it teaches you about life.
Correct.
I think I would use the Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was 100-0. They stayed in there. They kept fighting. They wasn't afraid of big bad Bama, and they persevered. They overcame. And
Yep.
at any given Wednesday, I think that's when the kids play middle
Right.
school. It can happen,
Yep.
But in this case, Goliath won. David was slayed. So let's go to the field. Let's go.
Thanks.
I went back and I didn't go like I don't like. I feel like sometimes you can be too intrusive on Facebook. But I just went back and looked about a couple of that. I said, "You're a funny guy." I said, "Coach, a funny guy." So I'm gonna have fun with Coach. Coach got a little
Oh
humor
yeah,
about it.
for
It's
sure,
always
man.
better when humor's involved. So let's go to the tape. Let me see if I can put it on here. Keep us both on here. Okay, there we go. There we go. And
That guy,
that's who that is right there, Coach.
that Mr. Watts himself in the flesh. He's just, I know, like you said, Coach. I know you're gonna go ahead and get everything cranked up, but I gotta give this kid, like you say, no pun intended. I gotta give this kid his flowers, man. Like he's been doing
Okay.
this for a long time, you know. So
Okay. So what's that kid name right there?
Zach Watts. That's Tavius Watts. That's his son that played for Carver, won the state championship,
Oh,
with
okay.
Hartley and everything. He like this kid's been doing this for some time now. This is nothing new to Zach. Nothing new. He's been doing this for as long as I can remember. So just say for but that we're not treating him any different. Like I said, he's a human being. Now he's a human being that's put a lot into football and he's really good, but he's nothing to be afraid of. Like you said, because if he's gonna get 300 all-purpose yards, well, we need to make him work for it. We got to
Yeah.
at least make him.
Yeah, man.
I don't even
Most deaf.
I don't even think he sweated the game. I don't know. It was getting cold. I don't even think he's sweating. But like I said, let's go.
And what I saw, let me cut it down a little bit. What I saw, the even though the eye test, because and a lot of kids, even I want to, my son plays D2, Florida University, Go Hawks. I put that in there.
Nah, he good.
But
Your son's a
they
Dolphins
do the
fan,
same.
right?
They do the same thing, Coach. Uh, when the team walks out there, they do the exact same thing. The difference is they don't complain about it, but they look at other players like, ooh, but like he a dog. Like, they do little things like that. But this the first series, we know what happened prior to this. How the team was feeling. But here, man, to me, they did like the end. They did a good time controlling the edge on the end.
Correct.
They actually did okay.
This is my thing as far as how Black Road is set up defensively. Me personally, I like four fronts. You know, four defensive linemen. I'm not a big three front guy unless you have three front personnel. And what I mean by that, when like you say, when I say a zero technique, that means you're lining up right over the center. Like that guy has to be a
Hmm.
pretty hefty guy. If we're looking at Blackman Road here, they don't really have a lot of size, and they
Big
don't even have their
big guy.
defensive linemen in 3-point stance to fire off the ball. So when you're already high like that, it makes it easier for the offensive lineman to just, blow you straight off the ball. Now, if you don't mind, coach, just
Yeah.
rewind it just a little bit for this play, just a little
Okay,
bit.
we'll do. Okay, where's it at? Right there, 210. I'm gonna go back about 10 seconds. Am I right there? Good.
Yes, sir, right here. So he starts left.
Okay, I think
Great job of setting the edge, but you let
the
him
block in the
reverse
back.
all
Yeah.
the way back. So yeah, they did get the block
Uh,
in the back. That's a great call, but we shouldn't even get to that block in the back because your backside defensive end or backside offensive linebacker or outside linebacker shouldn't have flowed so high up the field. And as soon as he reverses back, he should reverse
yeah.
back right into somebody. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of
Yeah.
just
He
like
said. He said. Uh,
right there. Like so like I said, look at like I said, they have this three front, but number 25, I don't want to cast any aspersion, but I mean number 25 doesn't look like he weighed more than 120 pounds. So it's like
now that wide receiver number two, that kid had to be about 6 foot, man. Uh,
they
it
are
was a
big.
play later on in the game where it happened on the other side, so I didn't see it. All I saw was his wrist. He just literally just jumped up and grabbed the ball uh, from the defender. So like I say, we know there was superior team. I think with me, it was the mentality, if
Correct.
that makes sense. It, it,
Because
it,
look,
it was the mentality.
you got it. And like you say, I hope any parent, kid from Black Monroe, coach, I hope when you hear this, take this and be able to build from it. But look how you're coming onto the field. You just got a big stop against the best team in the city, and we're coming on the field and we're not prepared. We're not prepared. Like that to me, like you say, just coaching 1-on-1, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You got to spend a timeout your first play of the game. That you got to come out prepared. So, like you said, we talk about the kids, but sometimes, like you say, as coaches, you have to make sure that they are prepared. You're supposed to be that mouth, like you said, you're supposed to be that mouthpiece for them. Where it's like, wait, okay, if coach is confident in what we're doing, I'm gonna give it my best. And like you say, sometimes it's just it's easy to see that that's not being done.
Okay, I know you started play right here. We spoke about it off cam. Let's see if we can go back to that play right there, coach. What did the receiver? And I don't know if that was a running back on the rear route or whatnot. I think he was a receiver. What
It
did
was
he
it was
do
a
wrong on
fast
this play
screen.
right here?
Yeah, it was a fast screen. Like I said, Blackman was doing a fast screen right here. Like I said, just trying to get it out the quarterback hands quick because Aaron Cone is coming with a rush. But right here, even though he did not really have time to come down, if he already had in his mind to have the ball on the outside arm, as soon as he catches it, it's almost natural and it goes to the outside arm. But since he's tucking the ball into what we call the flow of the defense, that he just came, punched it out, scoop and score, big play, and that pretty much broke the levee, unfortunately. But like you said, it's just
He broke
it's the
the. That's
accumulation
a
of
good way to put it.
yeah,
It
like
the confidence that they had from the previous set of downs, it all went out the window right there on that. That was their first play from the scrimmage, and they get the fumble for the take back tutty. Um,
yeah.
and like you said, it went down here from there. So let's pull it back up, coach. And this is this right here. So they started our onslaught, coach, of dang on onside kicks, and I think they recovered either three or four of them through the course of a game. What, as a coach, did you see that one, coach?
I did. Yeah, I did see
Let
that
me
one.
bring it back because I want you to speak on what should a coach do when it comes to lining up uh, to prevent this, because this happened far too many times during the course
Right.
of this game.
Like you say, once again, this is This is something you will go over in your special team period. We call it the hands team. So you might, like George Bush said, you might get me the first time, and you might even get me the second time. But if it's the third time and you haven't adjusted, like you said, I can't put that on the kids. You gotta adjust.
Mm.
Now, I will say this, Coach, because I do know Coach Stallin at Aaron Cone. Like you said, his daughter played flag football for me. He's a great man, great husband, great coach. Me personally, like this would be something I would want to talk to him about, just to kind of pick his brain. Why were y'all doing that? Because I don't want to call it bush league, because I know him personally, and he is a great man. So I don't want to say it's bush league. You have a kicker that has somewhat of a foot. Why not just kick it off? Well, I mean, I understand. I'm not trying to tell people, like, say, how to coach their teams, or if you get to a certain point, you should stop trying to score. But there is, a certain element of sportsmanship when it comes to that. Because onside kick, that's a dangerous play. If you got some real dogs on your kickoff team, someone could get hurt if they're doing their job correctly and the other team isn't fully prepared. So, like you said, if you do that a couple times, I don't really have a problem with it. They did quote unquote do squibs where they just kicked it off the ground a little bit further.
And they was
But
still they
I
was
would have,
squibbing it and still they was squibbing it and they was still getting the ball. It was
yeah.
crazy.
I mean, This is just me speaking from the outside in. I would have loved to see this traditional kickoff at least once. But it's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, this would definitely be something. If I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Stallin, I would kind of just want to see his rationale behind it. So I'm definitely not gonna say that he was being bush league for sure, just from knowing him as a person.
Understood, understood. And we missed one right there, coach. My bad.
No,
Man,
you're
nice job,
good,
my
Coach. Like you
friend.
said, it was getting ugly quick, unfortunately.
Yeah, quick. I go real quick.
So like I said, we need to talk about this play right here, because I want to highlight their quarterback, Aaron Cohn's quarterback. Um, he was doing
What
a
an
good job.
RPO?
Yeah, he just seems like he's a good athlete. Like you said, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's like Zach's, like one of Zach's best friends. Like, I've seen them two grow up, since they were 6, 7, 8 years old, and just to see him, doing the job at quarterback is amazing. Now, I not saying that he's not good, because I mean he's great. I think once he goes to college, he'll probably play another position. But just look at this. Just look at his ball. It's beautiful. Albeit it
Wham!
got
Did you see
lost.
that catch?
That's
He was wide open,
that's a
coach.
decent ball. So like you said, when we're talking about schematics, how is this guy wide open? It's a lot of
Let's
things where
rewind that one back, coach.
you got to sit down and kind of talk with coaches and really see what the rationale is before you make a judgment. But like you said, this guy, he's just wide open. Like, I just, I it was kind of
I don't
tough.
even see I don't even see a receiver around him.
Like you said, there's no, like I said, in a 15, 20 yard radius, there's no DB. So it's like, you know, I I don't know. It's tough, but I definitely got to highlight, their quarterback. Forgive me, I don't know his name. So when the video drops, if anybody puts the young man name in here, please do, because I do feel like Aaron Cohn's quarterback, he did a great job. He did a really good job. He was throwing catchable balls, and as a coach, that's all you can ask for out of your quarterback. Just make sure our athletes get the ball, and he did an excellent job of doing that.
Let me ask you this, coach. And I'm looking at the formation. If you know that you're and he got that was a good see how he teed off on him.
Yeah,
If you know that they're doing squibs or onsides, do you? I know you put your good hands people up front. Do you tell them attack the ball, or you tell them to let the ball wait till the ball gets 10 yards?
I mean, you kind of got to play it in the middle, because you got to be able to read it, because you don't want to overrun it, and then like you said, you don't want to sit and wait and then somebody come knock your helmet off. So it's just kind of one of those things where you got, like you said, you got to have athletes up there that have good judgment. So not only do you have to have good hands, you got to have good judgment.
Mm.
You got to be able to read the ball, because like you said, that ball can bounce, and it may not bounce that high, but if you don't anticipate the rotation, you can miss it. So not only do you got to have good hands up there, you got to have tough kids with good judgment.
Let me go back one, coach. I wonder if you've seen this play right now. To me, this particular play, I think maybe about right here, it was a pass play. Watch this pass play right here. Nah, I think it's the next one. if this the kid was actually open, quarterback couldn't give the ball, but to me, it was a slither of hope right there. If the QB, I'm looking at
Well,
the line, seeing how they fire off.
pause it right here, coach. All right. So you know how we was talking earlier about Blackman Rhodes, defensive line, and how they weren't in
Hmm.
3-point stances and firing off the ball. Now we look at
Hmm.
Aaron Cone. These guys are in 3-point stance, ready to go hunt. That's what we tell them to go get a quarterback. They're ready to go hunt. They're not playing around. So once they fire off the ball, the quarterback he's not gonna have time. Like you said, there's another kid I want to highlight, Bryce Patrick. That kid, he's want to be one of the next best prospects out of this area. And like I said, this is something we've known since he was a little kid, so this is nothing new. So when you got a guy like Bryce Patrick at defensive tackle, it's going to be tough for anybody at this level. But go ahead and play, coach.
I snap right here.
He
A
just
step
he
further,
don't he
but
don't got time.
nobody was around him.
He
Yeah,
has no
nobody was
time.
around him.
He's and like you say, quarterbacks. They're saying they get gun shot. I've already said before the game. That Aaron Cone's just the greatest team of all time. And then once you start seeing that pressure, you're looking down at the pressure. You're not even looking at the receivers. And half the time, like I said, he's just getting rid of the ball. So he doesn't
Yeah,
get
he's
killed.
just trying to get off the
So
ball.
well, I don't mean kill, but like I say, for lack of better terms, like you say, he's just trying to get rid of the ball. And like you say, it's big thing about football, and this is like I said, this is what I tell kids all the time. Like I told the first time I talked to any kid at Calvary Christian, before I even told them my name, I told them about alignment and assignment. That's all football is. Are you where you supposed to be, and are you doing what you're supposed to do when you're there? So when if
So like,
no, we good. We back on.
okay, we could.
If you're not lined up properly, it's gonna be hard to do your assignment. So first of all, we got to get lined up correctly. Then we got to make sure that we understand what our assignment is and execute our assignment. And like I said, I hope a Black Monroe coach is seeing this and will take this and try to impart this into the kids. But if you're not lined up correctly, chances are you're not gonna be able to do your job right. So I think that for any, and this is any team, even Aaron Cone, because if I'm being honest with you, they're not perfect in this film either. They were just better.
All right. High snap.
Mm.
Let her pick up.
Coach, yeah. It's okay, okay, okay. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna bring that one back, guys. That was actually a high. I think it was a high snap.
Are you getting on? All right.
High snap. No time. Tackle. Boom. Penetration by the line. Miss hard for a quarterback in that situation right there. We back, coach. I'm gonna bring this
Okay,
this this this
now you're
next
good.
play.
Sorry
Nah,
about that.
you okay. I understand how I understand how this internet stuff works.
Right.
But what did you see right here, coach? It seemed like it was just high snap penetration. I mean, like
That
everything
that
went
was
wrong right here.
like I said, their splits are too tight. The it's a bad snap, and like you said, those Aaron Cone boys, they're trying to get home. They're trying to make a big play every single time they're out on the field. And if the quarterback center exchange isn't gonna work, you're gonna see a lot of plays like this, and that's on any level. That
Not
was one thing.
not
Go ahead, coach.
not. I'm not trying to single out nobody purpose. I'm just doing it for educational purposes.
Yes,
What did that left tackle do? Because something was stacked on that side. That the guy in the
sure.
3-point stands with his
Uh huh.
forearm on his left leg. What
Sure.
did he do wrong in that situation? Like I'm not trying to
Go ahead. Play.
criticize one person, but I just
Play.
want to see what was he supposed to do in that situation? Because something is stacked on that side right there.
Okay, let's take a look. I mean, coach, if you want me to be honest with you, it really wasn't much he could have done. Now, what I would say, just in a general sense, you got to protect that inside gap. You got to protect that inside gap closest to the quarterback and force the rush to go outside. So if I can say anything, don't allow nobody on that inside gap if you're in pass pro. But we don't even know if it was a pass or a run. it never got off. But I would definitely say protect your inside gap. Any like I say, tackles. Make sure, like you say, if you're in pass pro, protect the inside gap. Force that rusher to go outside. And then, like you say, if they're just a better player, fine. But make them take the long route. Don't let them go straight inside of you, and then they're right there. I hope my guy right here doesn't play basketball, missing that layup.
This that layup. Well, here
But
we
here you
go,
go once
coach.
again, man. It's just
Another fumble. So we got
yes.
2 fumbles. We got high snaps. So you see what I'm saying? When you break down the film, it's execution errors in there too. Like right here, boom, boom. He should have kept that way. I sent a little helmet to the face. What you think about that, coach?
Nah, I mean that's a bang
That
bang.
comes with the game.
We're not gonna. I like say as a ref, we wouldn't call that because I mean he's it wasn't like he just launched himself into him. So, but like you say right here, what I would tell my returner, get to our sideline right now. Don't think. You already been coached up. Get to our sideline. So when you start dancing, and then everybody else is coming down full
I
speed,
think this
that's
is
not
that.
what
What is
happens.
this? What is this? I think I went back a little bit too far. I think this gonna be that screen. What is this? Yeah, I think I went back too far. My bad, coach.
No, you're
Uh,
good, man. But
that
it
little
just
kid right there, number 6. I don't know his real name, but he used to play for the Raiders. And I called him Spot him, got him. It's like this rapper from Miami.
yeah.
And he had the dreads. And he actually was one of the kids that got me to this game. He was like, Coach, you ain't came and got me since I met the Raiders. I'm like, who are you? He's like, this Spot him guy. I'm like, what's that little buddy? So
Yes,
Spot him guy
indeed.
was one of, and another elite athlete who plays travel ball. And this is the play right here. This is right here.
So like you say, you finally get him to kick it deep. So like you said, right now he should just be getting to his sideline and trying to score. But when you're trying to reverse field against superior athletes, it's not going to work. And like I said, these kids have been coached up to punch the ball out. So if you're not protecting the football, every time they're going for the ball, and that's what I like about Aaron Cone for sure. Like they're trying to score. I don't care if it's special teams, defense, offense. We're trying to score because that's the name of the game. It's not I made a big hit. No, I'm stripping this guy and I'm taking it to the house. So when I say that this is gonna be the one of the most dominant teams, it's just their
Mm.
mentality as players is just on a different level than some. Where at least in
So
this game against Blackman Road for sure.
I saw this movie, I think a year or two ago, when everybody was saying East Columbus Knights with those guys, like they were him, they were them,
Right.
and they went and they played. I want to say they played, was it Midland, and they lost. This is like
Right.
in the semifinals. Everybody was
Right.
expecting them to go. So you can have all the good athletes and all the good players, man, but Coach Edwards, he knows something, man. Like I
He's a
see
great
Coach Edwards with let's just say for lack of better words, mediocre talent,
sure.
pull something out the hat, man. Coach
Yeah.
Edwards knows something. So how could a good coach take decent athletes and make them elite?
Easy, man. It's just if your kids believe in you, they're gonna fight for you. So that's I've been on record telling people Midland is the only school that I think has a chance because they have a great coaching staff and they have athletes that have played too. So they may not be
Mm,
a Zach Watts, they may not be a Bryce Patrick, but they're no chopped liver either. Like these kids can play too.
mm.
So, and whereas
Take
I
the
feel like
ball.
Aaron Cohen is more than likely going to win the city championship, I do feel on November 6th that Midland game might be standing room only because that will be one of the probably best games in middle
Where are they
school
playing at? They
history.
had that at Otis. Where they playing at, Coach?
And that's what I was saying they probably need to do that connect. I'm not sure yet, but coach, I know we need to be there front and center because like you said, the coach over at Midland has got just great reviews. And like you said, I've been watching them from afar. Midland's always in the mix. It may be
Always.
Aaron Cone might be good one year, East Columbus might be good, but Midland has stayed in the mix. And that like you said, that's due to coaching. So do I think they could beat Aaron Cone? I'm not 100% sure. I would like to check out Midland a little bit from a game standpoint before I do, but I know this: their coaching staff is going to have them prepared. They're not going to be
Mm.
afraid. They're gonna at bare minimum try, at bare minimum. So it's
They're
just
gonna
one of
get
those things.
they're not gonna be intimidated.
At all. Not at all. Because like I said, the Midland got some kids that can play too. They got a great coach. So that's why I would say for the Aaron Cone coaches, You guys, you're gonna have to coach that game. It's not gonna be just I throw the ball to Zach and he shakes 5 people and he scores. You're gonna have to coach that game, and I'm eager to see.
Watch this. Watch this one, coach. It's like the receiver. I mean, at this point, they're like practice, man. It's like
It's wide open, man. And it's
yeah,
tough because with this angle, like I said, that's why sometimes now you say, coach. Of course, not saying it because you did an excellent job. I'm just saying when we're watching film as football coaches, that's why we kind of like that. Oh, here's Bryce Patrick.
you saw the hands. Like I said, it was
It's
on the other
ridiculous.
side.
Like Bryce
All I saw was just you just saw hands.
he's a grown he is a grown man. But like you say, coach, that's when we're watching film, we like to kind of look at it from either like an aerial view behind, so we can kind of see what the defense is
See more
doing.
exactly.
But coach, if I'm being honest with you, and once again, if any Blackman Road coach see this, I love you guys, nothing but love, and I hope you're the best for the rest of the season. I don't know what they're doing. I can't really see I can't see if the DB is dropping back or in a deep third, or if they have 2 safeties and they're running cover 2 or cover 4. I don't really know. But like you said, it don't really matter what you call it, what you do. It just kind of said, it looked like the kids gave up, and like you were saying that, and like we were all saying, like that to me is unacceptable. And like you said, we got a good look at a sideline right now. Everybody just sitting down, chill.
And yeah, I kind of skipped it. They put their number 2s in there.
Oh,
That's a number. That's Aunt Mary's son right there.
Straight dog.
Yeah,
Like you said, when
yeah.
we're talking about kids like this pedigree. Aunt Mary was one of the best athletes in the city. So, of course, his son, if he chooses to play football, we kind of already knew that. So, that's why it's just kind of one of them things like, I get why the Blackman Road kids were kind of gawking over him. But as a coach, you got to just let them know, like, guys, I don't care. Like, we got to go and put our best foot forward. We're at home. That's another thing. We're at home. This is our field, but we practice
Homecoming.
every day. We try to put a better effort. Like, you got to get and like you said, I really hope that this gets to a Blackman Road coach, because I want nothing but success for all of our student athletes. But if anything that I can say, just impart some what we call gunpowder into them. Not to be too harsh, but they need to have that in them. I don't see it. I just
Man, we lost coach again. Guys at home, I want you
coach.
guys to watch this. There you go, coach.
I
So watch this.
like I said,
It's okay, coach.
Everybody wants. I was saying, coach. Everybody wants to start calling me now. I ain't got to call all day till I got on with you.
That's how it be. Watch this onside, coach. Was somebody out of position, right? Because I didn't see nobody over there. Like, that's a lot of ground for that player to cover to me. When the ball went left, it just seemed like a lot of area for one person to cover.
All right, here you go, coach. I probably only got about 5 more minutes, but
okay, 5 more minutes. We got to wrap it up. I'm gonna run it back.
Like you said, it's alignment. So if you, like you said, okay, you caught me the first 30 times doing it. Now the 31st, like, I would rather put 10 people up on the line and force them to kick it over than allow them to keep doing it. Like you said, you don't even have a kid there. So like you said, we can harp on the kids, but this is one thing I've always done as a coach. I got to put it on me. What could I have done better? What do I need to do to make sure that I'm putting my team in the best situation? Now, mind you, as a player and as a coach, man, I've got my butt whipped plenty of times. Plenty. It's not fun, but you can't quit. And you can't quit on your kids. And your kids can't sense that, you've given up. Because if coach don't care, why should I care? And I'm not saying that the Blackman Road coaches don't care, because coaching is hard. And we don't get paid nowhere near what we're worth. But if you choose to do this, you need to do it with your whole heart. You have to. Because if you don't want to do it, don't do it. I understand that a lot of folks have families. They want to be with their family. I get it. But if you commit to coaching, you got to commit to everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. You got to. I remember, like I heard you say, they didn't even have no yard markers out. What's that about? It's Blackman Road.
Yes, they just had exactly Blackman Road. I like Rothschild's package. Rothschild had the foam on the 50, the 40, the 30. I think they just had one on the 50. That's it. So you would think that program, especially that school being where it's at, they would at least had some kind of pride in their field, basically.
But like you say, I'm glad you brought up Rothschild. I hope I get his name right. I just followed him on Facebook. But Coach West doing an excellent job over there. An excellent job. Like you say, now
that's my dog right there, Coach Core.
Yeah, Coach doing it. Like I say, Coach Corey, shout out to you, man. You're doing a great job. Like I said, he's not only over there teaching them boys the game of football, but he's turning them into young men. And that's what this is about, especially at this age. Because they're about to, like they're about to make that transition to high school, and it's about to start being about business. So you got to be a businessman. And I, like I said, Coach Corey is doing an excellent job over there at Rothschild. I love when I see, the kids are together. He got them dressing up for game day. Like you said, Coach, we old school, so they don't do that much nowadays. But he got the kids dressing the part, looking the part, making sure that their academics are right. So once it comes to the football game, it's time to have fun, and then you win. So it I don't feel it's a big secret. I definitely believe that Blackman Road will bounce back and have a little bit more success this season. But just kind of seeing how that game went, it was a little disheartening because like as Aaron Cone they're great. They're one of the best I've ever seen at the middle school level. But there should be no reason where we're just lying down and letting them do it.
Yeah, I had a guy. I ain't gonna say his name. He said that they could beat Jordan. I said, boy, stop talking crazy.
Yeah, I got a partner over there, Jordan. I got a partner over there, Jordan. So I'm gonna just hold that one down, Coach.
No, coach, not you too.
I mean,
Uh, that was a big boys, coach.
hey,
That's high
hey,
school now. It's varsity.
what Monique said, I like to see it. I like to see it. Like, hey, Coach, you know me, I'm crazy. I don't care. Like, I want to see everyone play Calvary Christian Middle School. I want to see them play South Girard. I want to see them
Pacelli?
boys get challenged. Pacelli, I want
Yeah.
to see these boys get challenged. So, albeit, okay, they may go undefeated. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to see who going to be that team to try to go toe for toe with them. And then, like I said, it's going to take collective effort. So, but like you say, I'm thoroughly impressed with what Aaron Cone got going on, man. I can't wait to see them for the rest of the season.
All right, guys. We had Coach Hartley on Go Talk with the Coach T Flow. Coach, how can they want to follow you on Facebook, man?
Just follow my name.
Well, on social media. On social media. So I'm sorry, social media.
No, that's fine. On Facebook, I'm Dominique Hartley, DOMINIQUEHARTLEY. And on Instagram, I'm DOM_PBG.
All right, guys, and that's it from Coach Hartley, man. I appreciate you being on Go Talk,
No
giving your
problem.
expertise on this game, going over the film with us, and hopefully bring some clarity to what actually happened out there, and helping a player or helping a coach. Hopefully the coaches watch this and they take something from it, man, and apply it to the games coming up, and hopefully we can get better production out of both teams, man. So
For sure.
appreciate
Like I
having
said,
you on the show, man.
no
And
problem.
we gonna link up again, most definitely, man.
There you go, Cole. For
Now
sure.
you said November 6th, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe November 6th, Midland versus Aaron Cone. We need the whole city there. Everybody. We need
The
to
whole
be
city there.
there.
I know one person gonna be there.
We in there, Cole. For sure.
Coach, man, I'll get back with you later on now.
All right, man. Have a good one, Coach.
All right, hey. All right, guys. That was That was Go Talk with the Go Coach T Flow. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at CGY Sports. And remember, guys, we do this for the youngsters. We've been doing this almost a decade. I mean, 20 years. Yeah, on the other side of 15 years. And it's always came from a place of trying to help the kids, to give them exposure, to let them see themselves on a platform where, if you're one of them, if you're him, if you're that guy, it can help you further you on in your football career. And if nothing else, if you don't play football, you have memories. I got kids now who literally almost 30 years old. They go, "Hey, coach, remember that game I played back in 2014?" They go back that far because we got the content. So whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, the GOAT Coach has your best interest at hand at all times. Okay. Until next time, this is GOAT Coach with the GOAT Talk. Peace.